Hey everybody, this is Tommy Ady and it's Tactical Tuesday. Today's going to be awesome as I'm headed to San Francisco. I'm also finished with another tactical book that I've been working on for what seems like years. It's really only been a few weeks, but it feels like frickin' years. But on this San Francisco trip, I'm actually flying into San Jose, which I am so excited for because that's Silicon Valley. So you know what that means. Some of you have been asking me about the job postings I've got out there, what I'm doing with the right back, and is anything big coming? Yes, there is, and I can't wait. I've had the right back out for about 3 years now, and it's tough to add something that you want so bad at times, but we're doing it now. I think we've got a few more weeks to go with these ads, but they're gonna be killer. I'm telling you that you're gonna love them. Before we get started though with the training today, I've got to tell you that whenever we're telling people about the right back and what it does, people always ask, so do I still need to use Lightspeed or do I still need DX1 or whoever they use? That just tells me they don't understand the difference between a DMS and a sales tool. We're not a DMS, which is a dealer management system. We're a sales tool. Our competition isn't even a DMS. We really don't even have any competition. The only people that use the right back are dealers that want to crush their own competition. So for everyone listening right now, the right back is going to have some killer things coming here soon. Sends leads to your desktop, to your phone, generates its own leads for you. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully it's done within a couple of weeks. So we've released some versions of the right back in a few different locations, and it's to attract more buyers to your store. But I'm getting way off track here. So I've lost so much sleep over this thing, and I can't wait to get it launched because I know it's going to make your lives easier and put more money in your pockets. Cha-ching, right? Then last night or yesterday was the daylight savings time change. And I did pretty well with it because I go to bed late. Like last night I went to bed about 10 to put my daughter in bed. I stayed there for about an hour or so. Then I went back downstairs, worked until about 3:30 in the morning, went to bed again, really went to bed, got up at 6 and then had to do this. But that just doesn't work for me, going to sleep too long. Anyway, I'm still covering steps to the sale, and to start off with this morning, it's about why we do the steps. Now, most businesses have a process, and some have to follow the steps, but some don't. Now, if you don't follow a process in certain industries, then you may never know that anything was affected. It's going to affect your money. I promise you that your income will go down if you don't follow the steps. Now, for a few years, I've been talking about the power of prediction. It's not some mystical power that I have, but it's just common sense, really. It's knowing that someone in a motorcycle dealership is probably interested or curious in motorcycles. Someone in the drive-thru at McDonald's, they're hungry. You're listening to me because you want to learn how to sell more, or your manager makes you do it, right? See, it's kind of fun. The power of prediction. Something that happens every time a customer gets in your store is the dance, the buyer-seller dance. You got to get in step with your buyer. Anywhere there's a salesperson, this is going to happen. The customer usually wants to get all the information they can while giving as little back as they can possibly get away with. But take the power of prediction, and you really should know that most customers are going to react. And this matters to you because it makes selling a whole lot easier when you start paying attention to it. Take an A-type personality. That's a guy kind of like myself. Knows what he wants sometimes. Doesn't want to mess around. We're always out of time. Just greet me. Shake my hand and, well, take control of the situation. If I ask the price, well, then tell me the price. If I ask if you've got red, don't run off to your manager. Just say, check. I'll check on that. I don't know, but I'll check on that in a minute. But then you get someone a little different. Somebody cautious. They want accuracy. They've done all the research in the world. You know the one. They know more than anyone else in the dealership, and there's two other personalities that I'm not even going to get into because it's kind of boring. But people used to think of all these different personalities that they all needed different processes. No way. They just want a salesperson to have a fast and efficient process. That's part of prediction. If any of them ask the price, you just tell them the price. And something all four personality traits want is as much information as possible with price and terms, while most of them hold their cards close to their chest. And we, as salespeople, will appreciate and do the same thing when we're shopping in a dealership. Now, step number one was the greeting for us, the salespeople. That means we shake hands, say welcome, and share our names. Pretty basic. Got to do it every single time. And then we're on to step two. Now, if you screw up step two, then your customer is gonna mislead you. Step two is the investigation. They're in your store for something, but some of them just won't blurt out, I want to buy a 2017 blue Polaris RZR 1000. So we investigate. Otherwise, we sound like a vulture. Customer thinks that they can say anything they want to a salesperson and they'll still go to heaven. But they really don't mean to do this. They don't mean to lie. It's just that we, as salespeople, get asked questions that get a buyer's self-defense mechanism working. A buyer walks in the front door and we say, is there anything I can help you with? You know what they're going to say. I've always known the answer is going to be, they're just looking. It's never going to change. The prediction starts right there, and you could have controlled it. Then we walk around the showroom with them like we're preparing to be a drill sergeant. What's your price range? What kind of a payment did you want? How much are you putting down? Paying cash or are you financing? Oh, you're going to your own bank. What's the rate over there? We can beat your rate. What if I could beat your rate? Have you been shopping around yet? Oh, you haven't. If we're asking all these things during the greeting or the investigation, what's that doing to the customer? Remember, that defense mechanism, that's right. It's triggering it, pulling that trigger. Buyers know that most salespeople have been trained to ask these questions. But unfortunately, buyers know how to handle these questions. Buyers know that we have been trained to use techniques that put them into difficult situations that they don't want to be in. So they mislead you. Yeah, lie. They mislead you about prices, payments, money down, creditworthiness, trade condition, payoffs, rates. It just goes on and on. So a good salesperson has to recognize this and use the power of prediction. It's really just common sense. You ask the wrong questions, you'll get the wrong answers. It's just a form of, self-defense. And it's okay. Just understand this. And no matter what your customer says, get to step 3 in the sale. As you're out there this week with your customers, remember that there's 4 personality types. Just don't try to memorize them, but realize they're all different. They want the same thing. They want what you've got, and they are predictable. Every single one of them will have the same fears and objections. Think about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you like the Tactical Tuesday Sales Podcast or video that I just did, please go into iTunes and rate us. I would really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you next Tuesday.